Even as progress is made in the Gulf Coast recovery, there is emotional damage that can take a lot longer to repair, especially with children. Dr. Luann Mock from the DePelchin-Children Center is with us this morning. Thanks for being here.
Good morning. Thank
Okay,
you.
now I want to give you a scenario. You're in a home. The windows are rattling. You've got them boarded up, and there's a child trying to figure out what's going on. What are the sounds? What's all of this? Running to a mom. Does that feeling of that child last longer than just that moment?
It can very well. I think one of the ways to think about it is that not all children will have serious reactions to situations like that, but some children will have very serious and long-lasting reactions.
Well, tell us about the stress and how serious the problem is for those who are affected.
It depends in part on the temperament of the child going in. You know, if a child has pre-existing problems, then they may very well be in big trouble when something like this happens, where they're very scared. The other thing that has a huge influence on how serious it is for them is how their parents cope. That if he runs to his mom and she's running around and screaming and yelling because she's very scared, then it's going to be very difficult for that child to get things under control. If the parent can remain calm and can be supportive and maybe say, yes, it's scary, I'm afraid, but not show that they're out of control, then the child is going to do better.
Okay, after the storm, post-traumatic stress disorder, one time called a syndrome, what are some of the things to look for in children following the storm?
With children, one of the most important things to look for is a change in behavior. That if a child was not a worrier before and now seems to be afraid of everything, if the child did not have problems sleeping and now can't sleep through the night and needs to come in and have the parents reassure them, you know, those changes in behavior are going to be the things that you're going to look for. And some of them will be the things that are on the screen right now, the emotional outbursts, the separation anxiety, those kinds of things you would expect, but the aggressive behavior is something that you don't always expect. But children sometimes will have behavioral problems in school that seem unrelated, but they actually are a childhood response to this kind of stress.
Now, you have some advice for the parents of children who are dealing with this particular type situation. Tell us about that.
Well, again, one of the most important things is that the parents maintain control of their own feelings. That they get support for themselves so that they can be there for their child. If after a week, 2 weeks after the storm, or even 6 months after a child has been exposed to a scary experience, if the parent continues to see behaviors that they're concerned about, then it might be time to go talk to somebody and see if they can get some help.
Seek professional
help.
Right. Dr. Luann Mock, thank you so very much from DePelchin-Children Center. Thank you for your insight into this very unique problem that we are facing, that other communities have faced as well in the past, and many more will face in the future.
True. Thank you.